Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Blake, and welcome to another episode of the 10-Minute Tangent, the talk show where I'm going to be talking about whatever is relevant or irrelevant for today's episode. I'm going to be doing an introductory episode, which I know what you're thinking, Blake. This is the second episode of this podcast. Why didn't you do an introductory episode for the first one? And to that, I like to say, get all the way off of my back about it. We're going to get all the way off my back. You see my back? It's right there. We're going to get off of it. Today, we're going to be talking about myself, my favorite topic ever to talk about. I like talking about myself a little bit. And like I said, it's going to be an introductory episode. And to kind of explain why I didn't do an introductory episode for the last one, going to be totally real with you. The last one was unplanned. I've been wanting to make tangents about relationships and workplace drama and stuff like that. And I was waiting for, the new year to kind of start this podcast. It's kind of like a New Year's resolution for me. I'm afraid that with TikTok potentially being banned, which, spoiler alert, that's what we're going to be talking about in a little bit. I was scared that I wasn't going to have an opportunity to, what's it called? Start, posting, because I've been posting on TikTok for forever and I've been trying to get back into long form content, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with long form content. So instead I was like, you know what? Once a week I do a podcast episode called the 10-Minute Tangent, where I just tangent for 10 minutes because that's what I do on TikTok basically. So my name is Blake, like I had mentioned before. I am 20 years old, going to be turning 21 up in February. Incredibly excited about it. And I don't have ADHD, but you know that meme where it's like undiagnosed, but we're pretty sure. That's me for you. I have been making YouTube videos and TikTok videos and all kinds of content for about almost 8 years now, and I really enjoy this kind of content and this kind of just experience of making videos. I feel like nowadays it is incredibly to get expensive to get into a lot of hobbies, and for me specifically, I always thought that making videos was one of the cheaper ones because you have a phone, you can already just set up a camera and start recording things and start talking to yourself, and that's what I started to do here. I just thought, you know what? I have some stuff I want to say. I just have things that I want to get off my chest, and I just want to talk. And sometimes it really sucks not necessarily having people to talk to, but because I have the interwebs, I have hundreds of thousands of people I could connect to that I didn't even know existed. So today we're going to be talking about the TikTok ban and how I think it is absolutely blasphemous. I think that it is insane that we're actually going to be potentially banning TikTok here in a little bit, and it's it's heartbreaking to me. It's something that I've really enjoyed over the last couple of years. I think that it's really weird that TikTok is one of the things that brought us together as a country so well after the COVID-19 happened and there was a global shutdown. So many different people couldn't really reach out to specific people that they used to hang out with all the time. A lot of stores that used to be open 24 hours were closed. A lot of local businesses ended up being shut down. And then somehow TikTok kind of came out of the rumble, out of nowhere, and people started sharing, little recipes that would get viral. Like people made like whipped coffees. A bunch of people started doing stupid, impossible trick shots. And then TikTok ended up really blowing up as a social media platform. I think a lot of people saw that there was a lot of opportunity on there. I think that it was one of the best algorithms that a social network has ever had, in my opinion. Like, I love Instagram to death. I go on it on a daily basis. I will still every once in a while get posts that I'm like, this is not for me. I don't know who this post is for, but it definitely was not for me. And I've never once really had that problem with TikTok. I think that TikTok's algorithm is incredible. They do a really good job of curating your post so that you're seeing the kind of content that you would want to be seeing. And it is a damn shame that it is potentially going to waste because some people in the government just decided that they don't like people having the power to share information. It is really weird because I know a lot of people who own small businesses. I personally have tried owning a small business, and the hardest part of opening up a small business is reaching out to clientele and trying to find a way to network yourself. And I feel like TikTok created a really great app for people to do that. There's a lot of local businesses that I found through TikTok that I would have never otherwise found. Like there's a one called Superhero DIY. They make a bunch of like rent-friendly floating shelves and stuff like that, and I love their stuff. They're absolutely incredible. They're one of my favorite like local-ish businesses, small businesses that I like to support, and stuff like that I would have never found without TikTok. And I just think that it's one of the best community-based apps that I've ever seen, and it is absolutely heartbreaking to me that it is going to be potentially being taken away from us. And I really wish there was more for us to do. Like, it is really weird. This is one of the most like powerless I've ever felt as an American citizen. Like, we're supposed to be able to petition things. We're supposed to be able to like contact our representatives and get things done. And so far, I've seen almost everybody who's on TikTok who's been really big content creators who've been like fighting for our rights and stuff like that for the longest time. The majority of them seem to be backing down. Like the majority of them are like, yeah, no, we lost. It's over. Start telling your fan bases to like transfer to your other platforms. And something about it is just very discerning to me. I think that it is incredibly heartbreaking to think about the fact that there's communities that have been built over the last couple of years. There's a lot of friends that have been made. And like me personally, I've made so many friends on TikTok. I've had an old friend group that I'm not really close with anymore. And then I've had a couple of new friends that I've made more recently. And it's just really cool knowing that there are people out there who relate to you and that you can have conversations with, that they'll understand things that you're going through that people in your regular day-to-day life might not quite understand. And it's really heartbreaking to me that TikTok is going to be going away. And I just wanted to kind of come on here and say, if you are somebody who likes TikTok and are, really a big fan of like short form content, and you're not necessarily sure, what to do with it, there are definitely a lot of apps that are opening up now. I've seen a lot of people are transferring to an app called Lemon8, which is kind of like TikTok, but also kind of like Pinterest. And I think that that is actually really cool, because some of my favorite things about TikTok were the people who would make lifestyle content, or they would make kind of content where it's like, oh, here's this little recipe I made. Oh, here's my outfit of the day and stuff like that. So I think that Lemon8 is obviously a great option for you if you're the kind of person who's like, I can't do Instagram Reels. It's Instagram Reels. I fully get it. If you're the kind of person who doesn't want to be like me, switching to long form content over on YouTube, I definitely think that Lemon8 is probably one of the best options for you. Obviously, I feel like you probably could get a VPN and stay on TikTok, but if that doesn't end up working out for you, Lemon8, like I said, a great option. I think that there's also one called Blue Sky. That one I haven't heard as much about. I don't think as much people are switching over there. So I don't know about that one for sure, but it definitely is something to potentially look into. Like I said, if TikTok does go away, luckily for us, we do not know yet. The uncertainty is kind of a blessing and a curse, because on the one hand, you're like, okay, well, we could be optimistic that like it's not going to go away. We could be optimistic that we love TikTok and TikTok is incredible and it's going to be this incredible, amazing thing that is going to last forever and it's going to be amazing. And then there's also a lot of people who think the opposite. There's a lot of people who think, well, TikTok is a goner, it's dead, it's depressing, we're just going to get over it. And it's really weird to see that kind of difference between different groups of people, where some people who literally have made a living off of TikTok are kind of like, well, it's okay, we have other platforms. And then the people who are kind of smaller on TikTok, who've been like, this app can't go away. Not yet, not now, not yet, not ever. Like this is the worst thing ever. And it's been a really kind of interesting thing to kind of watch how people are taking the news differently. And I definitely am upset about it. I definitely am gonna it's gonna take me a while, if it does actually get banned, to really get used to that and get over that, because it's basically become a part of my routine that every day I'll get off of work, and if I had a bad day at work, I'll just kind of like talk about, what's been going on. I'll like to tell funny stories about things that happen at work. Every time pretty much anytime I've made something that's like a really big memory for me, I've shared it on TikTok immediately. And it's going to be really depressing when the app goes, losing a lot of those memories. I know my old TikTok channel that I don't use anymore, I have a lot of videos with my dog that passed away in 2022. And it's absolutely heartbreaking to me that I need to hurry up and save all of those videos to a hard drive, and I need to find a place where I could actually put those videos and save them, because this app is going away. And there's a lot of people out there who have even more depressing videos. Like I know a lot of people who have like TikToks that they've made and TikTok trends that they've done with like deceased family members, and I couldn't imagine having to lose somebody, and then like that video that you've been always like able to like go back and look at is potentially going to be wiped off the face of the internet forever, because greedy people in politics feel like they need to take away this social media platform. And it really also just really sucks, because I don't want to get into politics much here, and I'm going to try to stay away from it as much as possible. But a lot of people who end up leaving TikTok are probably going to end up transferring over to X. And I really hate the fact that Elon Musk, for people who do not know, is going to be a part of the United States cabinet. He's going to be a part of our American government. And he is going to be in a position that before did not even exist. It's called the head of government efficiency. And, they have two heads of government efficiency, because nothing says efficiency like having two people doing something that could be a one person job. And I just think that that's so ironic. I'm sorry, that was a really bad joke. But Elon Musk is going to be a big member in politics, and he's going to be somebody who has a lot of control and a lot of power over what's going on in the United States. And he runs a social media network. So the fact that one of the first things that they're planning on doing when they get into power is getting rid of that other social media platform is just insane to me. Like that just sounds like an abuse of power. It just sounds like you're using your power to kind of control business, and you're going to potentially get a bunch of people who are using TikTok right now switching over to your platform, and you're going to be making more money and you're going to be profiting off of it. And that to me sounds like a really shitty thing. So obviously, like I said, not trying to get into politics too much. So that's probably going to be it for that. And that's actually going to be it for this video because we've somehow hit 10 minutes. So thank you guys so much for coming by and checking it out. I love and appreciate you guys so much for listening. If you're listening on Spotify, if you're watching on YouTube, hey, hi, howdy. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys so much for watching. And like I said, my name is Blake. You can find me at Book of Blake on most social media platforms. And I will be signing out for today. Remember, every day is a good day to have a great day.